before Armored Core 6 got released, I feel like a lot of people didn't even know FromSoft was the original creators of the OG franchise.
I didn't know.
This was a game that has a hardcore cult following, especially people in their late 20s and early 30s. You either loved or hated the old Armored Core games, and a lot of people loved them. But it was a small group, you know, like small group in comparison of what we think of as a giant fan base.
Right.
They brought it now. They went off. They made Demon Souls. They made Dark Souls from that. Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro. Like, they blew up, found a formula that absolutely killed it. Still
got Game of the Year.
To their first games they made that are brutal and unforgiving. You think today's FromSoft games are unforgiving? Go back and play them on an emulator. You will be like, Jesus.
When they go to control and they can't look left and right, you got to use the triggers. Oh, man.
But like, I see a lot of people saying this is like a 2012 game.
That's ridiculous.
This begs the question, is it lazy? Or is it innovative?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Number one thing I see so many people talking about is the graphics.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I'm playing on a really beefy rig now.
We both
ultra
have
settings.
We both have beefy rigs now.
We upgraded. But ultra settings, right? Like 200 hertz a second. I was running like 140 and 180 frames per second.
Yep.
The game ran absolutely phenomenal.
The game ran like I just sliced through butter.
And I will say, you know, it's funny, when I first got on there, I was having the gray problem when people talk about.
You did tell me about that,
And I didn't even know that was an issue. Like, when I got in, it was very whitewashed, like, colors were very low, and everything had a little hint of gray to it. And I actually thought that was a design choice.
Yeah.
And I was there for it because I was like, yeah, it's such a grim, dark world. The story's
really is.
Always brutal and dark. And they've always kind of played off that in the old games. So I thought that was a design choice until I was watching somebody's videos and I was like, damn, that make bright. I was like, those colors popping. And so I updated my graphics drivers like a rookie. And that was rookie. And I was like, man, dang, everything's colorful now. It was cool. But like, honestly, I wouldn't have been mad if I played with the gray.
Yeah.
But mechs look fantastic.
The mechs look great, man. The mechs are fucking hyper detailed, bro.
Hyper detailed.
When you put a sticker on there and you angle it just right.
I know.
Oh.
It's clean. And you saw like the dude who was literally spending hours creating stickers.
Yeah. And then you can save them.
Yep.
Load other people's
screenshots. Yep. Like,
dude, they got that
like, I can't wait
mentality.
for the community workshop on Steam to come out.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
But you know, I will say, like, the mechs looked fantastic, and the environment. Of course, the areas you were in,
beautiful.
I did like it, and I mean, a lot of it is just industrial, dark, grimy, like, you know, desolate.
These aren't
like,
open world areas.
Set pieces, no.
They're
the set pieces you see. I'm like, wow, like, this is beautiful. This is interesting. But like the buildings, the vehicles around you, like, they did look pretty mid-tier to me. Like, they wasn't just horrible. And of course, that's not what you're focused on half the game.
No.
But I was like, man, it's crazy that, like, even taking it on a PC that's beefy and putting it on, like, ultra graphics, like, I didn't get better than that. So, like, I see where people say that.
I do. But PS3, old gen graphics, what people are saying?
Not like that.
No. Come on,
granted,
bro.
neither of us played it on console.
No.
But, I mean, that's really your problem. It's not that they weren't trying or they were being lazy. It's... they released this on last gen console.
Exactly.
And that being said, we had to look that up before because I was like, I think that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. And notice you don't hear anybody talking about this game running terribly.
No.
So that means that they did successfully make this game on all platforms.
All platforms.
Take that, Cyberpunk.
Say that again, man. Hey,
but,
Cyberpunk's... Hey.
No. But, I mean, I am tired of... I don't think any new game should be made on last gen consoles. I understand not everybody's been able to get one, but like, come on. If you can't afford to get a cheaper PC or go get an Xbox One or find a PS5 now because they're not that hard to find, like...
games are going to move on without you.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. Keep playing your old games on your old console. I understand that, but like...
you got to get rid of it. But you can't play these new ones.
Exactly. Outdated hardware.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened. That being said,
they did start process of making this game a couple years ago, so it makes sense that it's released on everything.
I mean, fair enough, but I mean, but like even all that being said, like yes, like some of the environments, the buildings and stuff were a little lackluster for me, but like the gameplay is so good.
Man,
and when you're going, when you get a super lightweight build with a great thruster, and you're going through with your freaking dual handguns or your dual miniguns or your freaking shotgun and your laser sword, like whatever you use them, when you're flying, it's so freaking clean.
When you're moving that fast, dodging that fast, thinking that fast, let me tell you, there's no graphics. You're just moving.
And even then, when you're zooming that quick, like your mech is the sole focus of this game, and they made sure that never lost that beauty.
This game has
that detail,
beautiful rhythm flow, like combat.
Yeah, it is like actually insane to me. Like this is the mech game I've been waiting for.
I think it's
like,
one of the
played,
smoothest
like,
games I've played in a long time.
Yeah, it's incredibly smooth. Like incredibly. So you think Dark Souls 3 was smooth?
Yeah.
Baby. Like
man, dude, Armored Core 6 takes the bag. It's nuts.
So I mean, I did not mind the graphics, and I like the feel. Even like I said, like I don't know, I just feel like it fits like the soul of what Armored Core is,
really
like
does.
that dingy, like derelict environment with your beautiful mech, you know, like I wasn't rocking no hot pink mech or nothing. I don't like that. But to those who do, respect, you know, that's like playing Skyrim with Thomas the Choo-Choo Train as a dragon. But that's not me.
Basic contrast though, man, when you got a world so dark and then you got mechs boosting around with flaming hot red and blue flames, like it's...
And it still gave me that awe feeling of like when you're seeing buildings and like big tanks or like big
every time I see like a normal person
like,
vehicle, I'm like, oh,
it still gives me that feeling of like this is the scale we're rocking with right now.
Yeah,
like
dude.
It still worked for me. You know, better than Gundam Evolution did.
Oh.
So graphics for me were not that bad. I enjoyed them, and I thought for them to put it out on all consoles, like that's really impressive.
They did good.
They really did well because you go into the gameplay and it's like, oh my god, this is a mech game. What do you have to do right?
Fucking mech game. Mechs.
Woo! They did them so right.
They perfected mechs and then set the milestone for mechs forever. Whenever another mech game comes out, I'm looking at them.
Dude, straight.
I'm looking at them. Dude, can you imagine if like Titanfall had mechs like that? Oh my god.
Bruh, it's so good. And I love the fact that like people are literally using Gundam.
Yeah, dude.
Like watching the show and building mechs based off the Gundam, and they work.
It's so beautiful.
Like that's so incredible to me. Like I'll think of something I saw on Fantasy, I'm like, I want to build this, and you can build it, and it can work. Like it's so good, you know.
Keeping track of weight.
You can go super
what
lightweight.
Energy output. Yep.
One thing I did not like is you can't dual wield melee.
You can't
have a laser arm on both
I didn't know that. I haven't done much melee.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I've tried and I could never find that. Like it's always the left arm that you can get the lance, the laser sword, the moonlight sword basically.
Dude.
Like you know, like all of that stuff, the stun baton, the pile driver, you can only get those on your left arm.
Right.
Which kind of like sucks. I would love to have like the dagger, like the laser dagger. I would love to do like a dual laser dagger thing, you know? But maybe that could come in an update. Maybe somebody could do it with a mod. I don't know. But how realistic is that either? I don't know. I feel like that'd be pretty hard.
You would have to be very fast or be very good at the game to get close.
Well, I mean, even me, you talk about being good at the game. During the missions, I experimented with a lot of builds. Like, I remember one, like, it was super fun. Like, once I figured out you could get the, just like in the old ones, the mounts for your back that hold normal weapons, not just your big
switch back and up. Yep.
I had a pistol, or I had dual pistols, and then I had a shield, like a pulse shield here, and then I had a sniper on my back. I was super lightweight, super quick, and I had so much fun with that. And then I would get to a boss fight, and I remember that I really suck at these games. So then I would go full
from soft game.
And then I would go full Ooga Boonga tank track.
Double minigun.
Yes, double minigun until the end when I discovered the dual shotguns.
Oh my god.
It's busted. Even those builds, like what some would call lazy, like you're not super skilled, so you're using this. Still felt so fun. Even the tank tracks, when you do those boosts and you're freaking drifting around, and you're still taking hits and you're still having to be careful and play well, like still felt so rewarding. Even when I did have to be like damn, like I'm not good enough to use this build. So like, let me go to my tried and true build. Like, still felt so good. At no point was I pissed off that I had to swap to that kind of build.
No.
And even something like one boss, I don't think you actually got to him yet, because I beat the game. He has not yet. He's doing it. But when you get to it's like IB001, it's like the first like Institute mech you fight, and they have a second phase. I was like, good God, I couldn't just do that classic tank build. Like I was using the like the mini Treks, which are surprisingly fast. Like
yeah,
the
they
miniature tank Treks. Like it's like, holy hell, that's awesome. Like, I mean, I was constantly switching up.
That's what the game wants you to do, you know?
I was going to grind, attack the dam complex to farm freaking Rubicon or Rubitite, whatever it is, whatever the currency is, so I could buy, because I didn't want to get rid of my other stuff for when I wanted to play with that. Like, fantastic time. That gameplay is amazing.
It's a wonderful gameplay loop.
Those boss fights.
Wonderful gameplay. And honestly, that world that they created is kind of insane.
Yeah, it's
just
awesome.
it's
classic like corporate destitution.
Nobody does
like,
anything without mechs.
and nobody's a good guy.
No,
You
no.
all suck.
You all just go to who has the most money.
Like, even
It's
in the end, I
great.
told you about the choice you get
Yeah.
to make, and it's very Dark Soulsy, which I loved. But I'm just like, I guess I picked the quote unquote good guy choice, maybe.
Who knows?
But one, you definitely don't feel like a good guy. You murder good people when you do that choice. And then two, it's like, there's no way that ending is gonna actually end well, right? There's no good guys. There's no happy ending for anybody. Right? So clean. And those boss fights are just such beautiful set pieces. Some of them are so intimidating and daunting.
The Strider was nuts.
Which one was
That
the
was
Strider?
the walking base.
Oh yeah, that thing was awesome. That was like, I don't know, like fifth or
I was
sixth
like, I'm
mission
really
or
going
something.
up there? They were
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're going up there.
It's so good. It's so cool. Like
Yeah.
it's such a grandiose scale.
It's a
and it
massive
works.
game that is completely mission based.
And we talk like that just leaves me. I keep kind of making a little reference, but like it just keeps the soul of that game there. So hard.
Yep.
Like it takes the OG soul and mixes it with the new FromSoft, and they do it so well. Like it always just feels dark. It always feels hard. Every time you feel like, ooh, I'm freaking chiefing it out, then you just get busted. Anytime you think you're a good guy, you fight some NPC who's like, why would you work for these corporate dogs? Like,
Yeah.
you realize you're all just still people, and you're just a freaking merc.
It's always
At the beck and
you're
call of
getting-
these corporations.
you're getting
you
thrown
know?
left and right the entire time. You never get a solid. You think you have a solid foot, but you don't. And dude, in my opinion, From Software is still those guys, man.
Yeah.
Like they're still
No, they
those
are
guys.
Those guys.
Dude.
And it brings to our original question, like lazy or innovative. Like, I don't think it's lazy at all. People are like, 2012 game, like rough graphics, mission-based combat. I'm like, why would they not have done mission-based combat? Like,
Exactly.
I want to see who is complaining about that.
Yeah, come to the
Like,
front.
who is complaining?
Come to the
Let
front.
me know in the comments,
talk
because
to
I'm
D-Dog.
curious. Give me your argument on that, because
Please.
this is Armored Core.
This is Armored
I know
Core,
some people
man.
were expecting Elden Ring, but just ACs. But like, no, this is Armored Core. And they made it Armored Core. They just made the new, updated, improved Armored Core. And I was so there for it.
Fantastic, man.
Everything I wanted from the old games was there. And more.
And you got to play him. This was my first Armored Core game.
Yeah. I didn't play all of them.
No, but
I
you
the
played
first and
some of them.
second
Yeah.
And I played those on emulators, and those were great. And then I watched countless hours of gameplay
Right.
retrospectives. and I
I've
was
seen
like,
gameplay, but man, those old games are something else. They do not play, and this one doesn't play either in its own way. I'm
no,
gonna give it.
doesn't.
I'm giving this bad boy an 8.
Giving it an 8.
I'm giving
Absolutely.
it an 8.
Like, Mech Warrior and Armored Core, two best mech games. Armored Core is my favorite.
Armored Core.
Absolutely.
I don't think any game, mech or not, is gonna be that smooth for a while. In my opinion, like I don't.
I don't think any fast-paced combat is gonna be that smooth.
I
in a while.
don't. They just did it, man. They changed the game on that one for sure. That's insane.
It didn't.
Um,
I'm excited to see more of this world. I'm excited to see if they're gonna do some DLCs for it. I'm excited to see the updates that come with it. And we didn't even talk about PvP,
oh man,
but it's good.
it's all good.
It's good.
PvP's good. Oh,
But I mean, guys, with that, like, go see it for yourself.
go play it
play
for
it for
yourself,
yourself.
man. Buy it
But,
for
yeah,
sure.
Definitely worth $60.
Absolutely.
And guys, with that, we always appreciate y'all's support. If you like
time.
the video, let us know in the comments.
Like and
let us know what you
subscribe.
thought. Tell us some of the cool builds you've seen. Tell us your
Yeah.
favorite builds you've seen on the internet, because I've seen some awesome ones.
Right.
Tell us if you have found out the dual shotgun that I now found out today is actually a huge busted thing.
Huge.
So let us know, guys.
We love you.
And with that, we're out.